Hi, everyone. My name is Jenna, and I am the graduate intern with the Office of Career and Academic Advising. And so for today's video on how to navigate Handshake, I'm going to show you guys how to search for jobs, internships, and employers. That's one of the really useful tools on Handshake that we like to offer our students. It helps you guys connect with numerous employers and job opportunities, internship opportunities throughout, not just locally, statewide, but also throughout the country as well. And so as you guys can tell, I'm on the Handshake homepage right now, and I'm going to click on jobs. And once this page comes up, I'm going to click all filters, so that way I can really tailor my search to what I'm looking for. So I'm going to use myself as the example. I am going to look for a full-time job, higher education, in career counseling or academic advising. So for job type, I'm going to click full-time. However, you also have the option of looking for part-time jobs, internships, fellowships. If you're looking for a graduate school program that are looking for applicants to their programs, that's an option as well. And they also have volunteer opportunities as well for you guys to look at. So keep that in mind as you guys are thinking about what you guys might be searching for. It doesn't have to be a full-time position. It can just be a volunteer opportunity as well. And so then I'm going to go down to job role. And as I mentioned, I'm looking for career counseling and advising. So I'm going to go my first option right there. And then it'll also give you some suggested job roles depending on your profile and what your major is and what information you have put in about your education background and interests and positions that you were interested in when you signed up for Handshake. So as I mentioned, for the job role, I put the educational guidance and career counselors and advisors. And then I'll go down to industry. And for me, that would be higher education. And again, I'll give you some suggestion based on your profile. And let's say you want to take it a step further and be specific and choose an employer that you wanted to work for. You guys can put the name of that employer there. So if let's say I wanted to work for Youngstown State University, I can go ahead and type in Youngstown State. For myself right now, it's too specific. And so I will just see what options are out there for any institution in higher education. If I continue to scroll down, if you wanted to type in your major so that way they know that you have that educational background, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm going to leave mine blank because a bunch of different majors qualify for a position in higher education because you have a background in multiple areas. So I'm going to leave that blank. And then employer preferences. So as I mentioned, when you guys create your profile, it'll ask you guys some questions. And then if you wanted to, when you go to your job search, you can take all that information and match it to employer preferences. So for major, your school year, when you graduate, and GPA. So I'm going to click match all employer preferences. So that way I'm able to know what jobs I'm qualified for based on my resume and profile and education. And so work authorization, that just goes into all about if you are qualified to work in the United States. Obviously, it's not something that's necessarily needed to fill out if you are a international student. This is something that you would consider filling out. So that is what that section is for. And then the final section is labeled by your school. You can, let's say there's a specific label on that job. Like I know STEM has a bunch of different labels for like fellowships or internships that have been approved. So you can go ahead and put those labels on if necessary. But it's completely up to you. So now I'm going to go to, and it already tells me I have 2 jobs based on my filters. So I will go ahead and click show results. And so right here, I can see both options. One is an enrollment counselor in Columbia, at Columbia College in Columbia, Missouri. And then the other one is an enrollment counselor also at Columbia University. So they're same position. They're offering 2 positions. So I can go ahead and find out about the role. It was posted on February 27th. Application deadline is March 27th. It gives me the description of the role, of the position, as well as the duties. And then, as I previously mentioned, when I was doing my filters, the employer preferences, I matched all of them, which is why it showed me this job. It also gives you a little bit of information about the employer and the institution itself, so that way you are able to have a better understanding of what company you're looking at and what you're what you might be getting yourself into if you continue throughout the application process with that specific employer. And then it'll also show you some similar jobs. So I have an admissions counselor, an enrollment coordinator, just to name a few. And so now let's say I wanted to, I'm interested in this job and I want to apply. I could click the apply externally button and it would walk me through on how to apply. And so that is how you search for jobs and internships on Handshake. If you guys have any questions, please not hesitate to reach out to our office. Our phone number is 330-941-3515.